Hey guys, this is Pastor Have You Seen This, a production of Allen Creek Community Church, where one of our pastors on staff, myself or Rick, will comment on media content you send to us, and we'll do a cold take on that content. So we will basically comment on it from a Christian pastor perspective, and then hopefully we can have some dialogue in the comments, etc. If you have something to send to us, you can send it at social@ac3.org. We would love to get it, comment on it. Again, cold take. Be gracious with us, but we love to have discussion about maybe a Christian perspective on these things. So, without further ado, here is the content that was sent to us.
Instantly, out of nowhere, my wife noticed that I wasn't cussing no more. And she noticed why I'm in there. She's like, why are you in the house? I didn't know how to tell her, but she's like, why you ain't cussing no more? Every time I come home, it's clean. I'm like, and what's going on with you? I'm like, I'm just like, I don't know what's going on with me. I'm just like, I'm a better person. Like, she's Jehovah's Witness. How am I tell her that I experienced Jesus when they never experienced Jesus before? And I know this is Jesus because he told me it was him. At this time, I'm just like, man, I'm so in love. I'm in the house. And then one day she come out the house, come out the bedroom, and she see me drenched in tears, 4:30 in the morning. And she was like, what's going on with you? And she really knew that it was real. She knew that I really had an encounter with Jesus, but she was like, I don't care what your encounter was like you won't change me. And I was like, I'm not trying to change you, but all I can tell you is like, I know Jesus. And what happened was I would just shut down everything. I couldn't go back outside no more. I would start taking walks with the Lord. Instantly, out of nowhere, my wife noticed that I wasn't cussing.
These are my favorite stories, and it's something I tell people all the time, is that when you say yes to Jesus, when you have an encounter with Jesus, something changes in you. Not everything, but there is always something distinctly that the Lord will take from you and change you, right? And for him, it was cussing and hanging out outside on the streets. I can only assume what he means by that. He doesn't go into explicit detail, but it sounds like criminal activity. But it's so interesting because this is what happens when the new believer converts, right? The new believer has an amazing encounter with Jesus where it's overwhelming. He talked to me, he's like, I was just in love with Jesus. Like, I just couldn't express what I was going through. And at 4:30 in the morning, I got tears drenched, and my wife comes out and she says, you're not converting me. And what I love is that is typically the response you get before they get converted, because it's the thing that says, what's going on with you? You're different, but in a good way, right? You're different in a way that is interesting to me. And that's the thing about the Christian, is it's supposed to be contagious. Christianity, the Christian is contagious, not by what it does or what it knows. The Christian is contagious by the way they live, and the way they change, and the way that they're different than they were before, and the way that all of a sudden they have values that are different. And so I always say this, it's super, super interesting. I like how he said, I'm not trying to. St. Francis says it like this, preach the gospel always, and when necessary, use words. He wasn't trying to convert her. Somehow she convinced herself that he was trying to change her, but he's like, I'm not trying to change you. Jesus has just radically changed my life, and I can't help but tell people about it, or show people it, or live a life where I can't hide that. I cannot hide the fact that Jesus has literally changed my life. And that's what happens with a new believer. And that's what I love about a new believer, is they're so excited. I remember I ran into one of our new believers here at the church, and he's just like, I don't know much, but I'm just going to tell everyone about Jesus, right? Like it's like, I don't know every single part of the Gospels. I don't know all of the things that are arguments to Christianity, but all I know is I had an encounter to Jesus, and now my life is different. And that's the Christian perspective. It's like, you don't have to have all the answers to live a life that shows that Jesus is king of your life. It's a learning process. It's a growing process. There's a big word we use called sanctification, which is the process of becoming more like Christ. And that doesn't happen overnight. But what does happen overnight is something changes in you that makes you value things differently, right? And I think the biggest thing is that it makes you value you differently, because now you realize how important you are to the King of the universe and that you matter. And so when that happens, everything else changes. So yeah, again, if you guys have any more content for us, we would love to see it. social@ac3.org. We'll see you next time on Fist.